Welcome to the Spire Outstanding Player Awards in conjunction with the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame and Museum. I'm Charles Davis. We're here to celebrate Mississippi's top collegiate athletes from football, basketball, and baseball. All of our award winners have been selected by a combination of ballots cast by media members from across Mississippi, Major League Baseball scouts, coaches, and online voting from fans. The media vote represents 90% of the process. The fan vote represents the final 10%. This is the 9th consecutive year fan voting has been a part of selecting the state's top college athletes. Normally, these awards would have been presented in ceremonies that would have coincided with the end of each sport's regular season, but the COVID-19 pandemic forced the postponement of many of those ceremonies. That means for the first time in the 25-year history of the awards program, all of the hardware will be passed out moments from now. I'm glad you're here to be a part of the excitement. I certainly am. We'll meet the finalists for our first award after this message from Spire CEO Hugh Mina.
Thank you, Charles. Spire is again honored to be presenting the Spire Outstanding Player Awards in partnership with the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame. For many, many years, this has been a great opportunity for us to not only salute the top college athletes, but also a chance to give back to the schools and fans across our home state in an area where there's a lot of passion, college sports. Spire is a technology company driven to deliver the best experiences in fiber internet, business IT solutions, and wireless services across our region. College sports in Mississippi continues to deliver some of the best experiences in sports anywhere. Congratulations to all the nominees for the awards this year. Even during this challenging year, you have all provided terrific highlights for all the fans to enjoy. We look forward to the award announcements.
Our first award is the Spire Gillom Trophy. Since 2008, the Gillom Trophy has honored the state's top women's college basketball player. During her playing career at Ole Miss, Peggy Gillom earned All-America honors, set numerous school records in the sport, and established a benchmark of excellence that women's basketball players in the state continue to be measured by today. 3 schools have provided the previous 12 Gillom Trophy winners, but this year's winner will provide a first for either Ole Miss or Jackson State. The 3 nominees for this year's Spire Gillom Trophy are from Ole Miss, Shakira Austin, and from Jackson State, Deja Rogan and Amisha Williams. Our 2 finalists are Shakira Austin and Deja Rogan. Here are their coaches, Yolette McPhee-McEwen and Tamika Reed, to tell you more about them.
I mean, the Gillom Trophy, it just makes sense to be able to bring it back home to Oxford, the home of the Gilloms. Shakira has spent a lot of time with Peggy, and she knows of Jennifer Gillom, and has been inspired by Coach Gillom's presence on the daily. Just talking to her about Coach Gillom, just pouring into her about just being the best that she can be at all times. So we think this is fitting to carry on the tradition of the whole Gillom family, and by bringing home the trophy here to Oxford.
Hello, I am Tamika Reed, the head women's basketball coach for Jackson State University, and I am fired up for Deja Rogan being selected as a nominee for the Spire Gillom Trophy Award. Deja has done a fantastic job for our institution and for our women's basketball program. She led the entire conference with 17.9 points per game. She also led in 3-point percentage from the field goal, and she was selected as the SWAC Player of the Year. Deja brings so much energy and enthusiasm to the game. She was a game changer for us, which helped lead us to back-to-back SWAC championships, and she led us to the NCAA tournament, being the only school in the state of Mississippi to represent. I am so thankful for the selection committee and noticing what Deja Rogan brings to the court. We are excited about making history for the program, and I'm just happy to have Deja Rogan in the forefront. Thank you, Deja, for all you've done for the entire institution of Jackson State University. Good luck and go Tigers.
Earlier in the show, I told you fan votes were an important part of selecting our award recipients. During the online voting period last week, Jackson State's Deja Rogan was the top fan vote recipient among the 3 nominees. Now let's hand out the honor for Mississippi's top women's college basketball player. The winner of the 2021 Spire Gillom Trophy is, from Ole Miss, Shakira Austin. Austin finished her first season in Oxford ranked in the top 10 in the Southeastern Conference in scoring and rebounding. She also shot better than 50% from the field en route to first team All-SEC accolades. Congratulations, Shakira Austin, on a tremendous season. The Spire Outstanding Player Awards will continue after this.
Existing Spire customers, new Spire customers. Now, existing customers and new customers get our best phone deals. Existing, new, put them together and you get the everybody deals. Get an everybody plan. Spire's best phone deals are all for you. And you. No bull. Spire. Get our best 5G phone for $5 a month.
Bailey Howell is arguably the greatest men's basketball player to ever hail from the state of Mississippi. As a player at Mississippi State, he's twice voted the most valuable player of the Southeastern Conference. He was a 6-time NBA All-Star, and he's a member of both the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame and the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame. It's fitting that we honor Mississippi's top men's basketball player with the Spire Howell Trophy. The nominees for this year's Spire Howell Trophy are, from Jackson State, Tristan Jarrett; from Ole Miss, Devontae Shuler; and from Mississippi State, DJ Stewart Jr. Our 2 finalists for this year's Howell Trophy are Devontae Shuler and Tristan Jarrett. Here are their coaches, Kermit Davis Jr. and Wayne Brent, to tell you more about them.
Congratulations, Tristan, on your nomination for the Howell Award. I think all of your hard work this past season has truly paid off. I think you did something special in leading the team to undefeated season, going 11-0 and winning the SWAC regular season. And then you having the season that you had averaging over 20 points a game, I think that was special. So just again, congratulations on your nomination for being nominated for the Howell Award.
First of all, I'd like to thank the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame, especially Spire, for being the sponsor for the Bailey Howell Trophy. Once again, it's some great candidates in all categories. You really want to talk about Devontae Shuler and the career that he's had at Ole Miss, and obviously played for me for 3 years, and one was an NCAA tournament year. The second one obviously was COVID. The third one, #1 seed in the NIT. Devontae, first team All-League, and had a great senior year. Had some unbelievable games. Led us in a great way. So we'll always be proud of Devontae and everything that he's done, and want to wish him the very best of luck, and he would be a great representative as the winner of the Bailey Howell Award.
During the online voting period last week, Tristan Jarrett of Jackson State was the top fan vote recipient among all the nominees. Now it's time to find out who was the best of the best among the state's men's college basketball players. The winner of the 2021 Spire Howell Trophy is Devontae Shuler from Ole Miss. Shuler finished in the top 15 in the SEC in scoring and ranked in the top 10 among the league's assist leaders. The first team All-SEC selection also shined at the defensive end of the floor, finishing the season ranked in the top 5 in the conference in steals. Congratulations, Devontae Shuler, getting it done on both ends of the floor. We'll shift our focus to baseball when the Spire Outstanding Player Awards roll on after this.
Visit the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame and Museum, where legends come to live. Open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Monday through Saturday.
Welcome back to the 2021 C-Spire Outstanding Player Awards. The C-Spire Ferriss Trophy is given each year to the state's top college baseball player and is named in honor of Mississippi native, former major leaguer, and legendary former Delta State head coach Dave "Boo" Ferriss. In just 5 years with the Boston Red Sox, Ferriss was twice selected as an All-Star and is also a part of their Hall of Fame. 5 past recipients of the Ferriss Trophy are currently playing in the big leagues, and it wouldn't be a surprise to see any of our 5 nominees there soon. The nominees for the C-Spire Ferriss Trophy are: from Mississippi State, Tanner Allen; from Ole Miss, Kevin Graham; from Ole Miss, Gunnar Hoagland; from Ole Miss, Doug Nikhazy; and from Mississippi State, Landon Sims. Our 2 finalists for this year's Ferriss Trophy are Mississippi State outfielder Tanner Allen and Ole Miss pitcher Doug Nikhazy. Here are their coaches, Chris Lamonis and Mike Bianco.
Hello, this is Chris Lamonis with Mississippi State Baseball. We'd like to thank the Ferriss family, C-Spire, and the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame for today's award. I want to talk a little bit about Tanner Allen. He is a phenomenal player, tough player, kind of has led us all year long. He's been one of the top offensive players in the country, and I can't count how many big at-bats that he's had throughout the season. Game-winning home runs, game-winning triples, game-winning base hits. I think he's at the very top of the league in batting average for SEC play, and really all his numbers that he puts up there. He's just he's better in the SEC than he is out of conference, which you rarely see. And he plays the game as hard as any guy I've ever coached.
Doug Nikhazy is our other ace, and Doug Nikhazy has had a tremendous year, and like Gunnar, has basically been in our starting rotation since his freshman year when he got on campus. And I think when people talk about Doug, they talk about what is great, how great of a competitor he is, and what a great winner. He's in the top 10 in the Southeastern Conference in ERA. Opposing batting average, strikeouts, and maybe most importantly in wins. And he's been, we call him and Gunnar, number 1A and number 1B. And so, it was no doubt that once Gunnar got injured, that Doug would move into that Friday role and fill in, like he's done his entire career. But the biggest thing about Doug is he's such a big game pitcher. And when you need a big win, if it's in a regional, if it's in a super regional, if it's on a Friday night in the Southeastern Conference, he always answers, and that's why they call it Doug Day.
During the online voting period last week, Mississippi State's Tanner Allen was the top fan vote recipient among all the nominees. Now for the C-Spire Ferriss Trophy winner. Mississippi's top college baseball player for 2021 is Tanner Allen from Mississippi State. Allen has been a top offensive threat for the Bulldogs all season. He finished the regular season ranked in the top 10 in the SEC in batting, slugging, and runs batted in. Allen and Mississippi State will play their first game in the SEC tournament later this week in Hoover, Alabama.
I want to thank God for giving me the opportunity to come to Mississippi State to play baseball. It's something I'll never forget for the rest of my life. I want to thank the Ferriss family for representing baseball in the state of Mississippi so greatly. I want to thank my family. Without them, I wouldn't be here. Without them, there's no telling where my career would have went. They've been here for me through the good and the bad, so I want to thank them for everything. Next, I want to thank my coaches. They have believed in me throughout my career, man. They have motivated me to be the best I can be, and I'm truly honored to have them in my corner for the rest of my career. Lastly, I want to thank Dog Nation. They've been here for me since I was a freshman, man. I love the town of Starkville, and seeing the support I'm getting from this town is truly humbling.
Congratulations, Tanner Allen. Good luck to you and your Bulldog teammates in the SEC and NCAA tournaments. Don't go anywhere. We still have 2 more awards to hand out. The presentations of the Hull and Conerly trophies are next on the C-Spire Outstanding Player Awards.
You don't need any other reasons to switch to the fastest, most reliable home internet available. We know you'll be ecstatic with C-Spire Fiber. But since you asked, 1. Fastest speeds available. 2. Over 99.99% reliability. 3. Bandwidth for every device. 4. No long-term contracts. 5. Straightforward billing. 6. Local 24/7 support. 7. Exact appointment times. 8. No data caps. 9. No cancellation fees. 10. Whole home Wi-Fi. You get the point. C Spire Fiber. Get ecstatic about your home internet at cspire.com/ecstatic.
Now we turn our attention to our 2 football awards, starting with the Kent Hull Entergy Offensive Lineman of the Year. Many of you remember Kent Hull from his playing days at Mississippi State. He went on to a successful professional career with the Buffalo Bills, where he was a part of the organization's 4 consecutive Super Bowl appearances from 1990 through 1993. Here to present this year's Kent Hull Entergy Offensive Lineman of the Year Award are Entergy CEO Haley Pisackerly and Kay Hull Kimmel.
Thank you, Charles. Entergy is proud to be a partner with the Kent Hull Foundation in sponsoring the Kent Hull Trophy. And we do it for a couple of reasons. One, as you mentioned, we'd like to recognize our linemen as well as the Collegiate Outstanding Lineman of the Year. They have a lot in common. They're unheralded in what they do, but what they do is so important. We'd like to also use as an opportunity to recognize our outstanding lineman of the year. And this past year has probably been one of the most difficult ever. We dealt with the COVID pandemic, record storms, working hurricanes with our sister company in Louisiana, and dealing with a very harsh winter where we saw some of the coldest temperatures in history. Yet, our linemen and their peers are out there working to make sure we keep the lights on to serve our communities and our customers. So it's with great pleasure that I announce our 3 outstanding Entergy Linemen of the Year. Jody Steen from our Vicksburg office, Mark Foster from our Rankin office, and Justin Griffin from our Cleveland office. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for what you do and what you stand for. And it's my pleasure to introduce Kay Hull Kimmel, who will introduce this year's Collegiate Kent Hull Lineman of the Year Award. Kay?
Thank you, Haley, and thank you for all that you and Entergy have done for the Hull Foundation. We would not be able to do what we do or have the trophy without Haley and Entergy's help, and especially this past year. So thank you very much. Now on to the linemen. This year's trophy winner was highly recruited as a 4-star prospect at Nashville High School in Nashville, Illinois. This 6'6", 310-pound lineman is a very versatile player, having experience at both left guard and right tackle. He allowed only 2 sacks and 430 pass blocks, and he started every game his junior and senior year. He was named to the Athletic Director's Honor Roll and the 2021 Reese's Senior Bowl. He owns a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and is currently preparing for the NFL draft. On behalf of the Hull Foundation, I am pleased to announce the 2020 Entergy Kent Hull Lineman of the Year is Ole Miss's Royce Newman.
Royce Newman is in the process of getting his professional career off the ground. He was recently drafted in the 4th round and signed by the Green Bay Packers. Congratulations, Royce. Coming up, we'll present the Conerly Trophy to the state's top college football player. You're watching the C Spire Outstanding Player Awards.
For nearly 100 years,
Entergy has powered our stories.
Stories of hope,
triumph,
resilience.
Nearly 450,000 customers.
More than 2,000 employees.
Each one a story.
From restoring Delta wetlands
to opening new doors for students.
Entergy ensures that all of our stories shine brighter. Because together,
we power life.
It's time to hand out our final award, the C Spire Conerly Trophy, reserved each year for the state's top college football player. Charlie Conerly embodied toughness. Long before he portrayed the Marlboro Man, he was an All-American halfback at Ole Miss, a World War II veteran, NFL Rookie of the Year, and NFL champion with the New York Giants. This year, our 8 Conerly Award nominees have displayed their own brand of toughness. They are from Jackson State University, Dalen Baldwin; from Mississippi College, Cole Fagan; from the University of Southern Mississippi, Arvin Fletcher; from Belhaven University, Brad Foley; from Mississippi State University, Emmanuel Forbes; from Mississippi Valley State University, Jerry Garner, from Ole Miss, Elijah Moore, and from Millsaps College, Christian Roberts. The two finalists for this year's C. Spire Conerly Trophy come from the state's two SEC programs. With more on Mississippi State cornerback Emmanuel Forbes and Ole Miss wide receiver Elijah Moore, here are their coaches, Mike Leach and Lane Kiffin.
Hello, I'm Mike Leach, head football coach at Mississippi State. Tonight I want to thank C. Spire and the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame and the Conerly family for helping put this event on. I want to introduce our Conerly Trophy Award candidate, Emmanuel Forbes. Emmanuel is from Grenada, Mississippi, one of the cities in the great state of Mississippi that produces some of the best football players ever. And by the way, I think Mississippi produces better football players per person than any other state in the country. Anyway, Emmanuel has gotten All-American honors. He led the SEC in interceptions, and most amazingly of all, he is a true freshman. He's gritty, he's wiry, he's tough, and most of all, his best football is ahead of him. So all my best to Emmanuel Forbes, and thanks to the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame for putting on this great event. Hail State.
Hi, this is Coach Lane Kiffin from Ole Miss. I'd like to congratulate Elijah Moore on being nominated for the Conerly Trophy. What an awesome award to be nominated for, and wish him the best luck. He had an amazing season. Cut short with COVID and opting out. I believe he was leading the country at the time in receptions per game and yards per game, and would have shattered every record in the history of the school, maybe in the history of the SEC, had he had a full normal season. So congratulations to all the candidates, but hopefully Elijah wins this.
During the online voting period last week, Mississippi Valley State's Jerry Garner was the top fan vote recipient among all of our nominees. Now it's time to announce the winner of the C. Spire Conerly Trophy. The top college football player in the state of Mississippi from this past year is Ole Miss wide receiver Elijah Moore. Moore set an Ole Miss single-season record with 86 catches in 2020, racking up nearly 1,200 yards and scoring 8 touchdowns. He earned consensus first-team All-America accolades, was voted first-team All-SEC, and was a finalist for both the Bolitnikoff and Maxwell Awards.
What's up, y'all? Elijah Moore here, Jets. Of course, I just want to thank God for everything that put me in this position. I know I'm blessed. I want to thank C. Spire, the other nominees, and then all my coaches and teammates for helping me put me in this position. I'm blessed and I'm honored, and Haditari.
Congratulations, Elijah Moore, as you head to the NFL and the New York Jets. And congratulations to all of our winners. I'm Charles Davis. Many thanks to C. Spire, Entergy, the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame and Museum, and many thanks to all of you for watching.